Champions League Petrocub Hincesti vs Ordabasy prediction, team news, lineups preview. With a place in the second round of Champions League qualifying on the line, Petrocub Hincesti and Ordabasy will square off in the second leg of their first-round tie in Moldova on Wednesday. The teams head into the meeting on level terms following a goalless stalemate in last week's first leg in Kazakhstan. Match preview. Petrocub Hincesti returned to action on Wednesday, aiming to progress in their first-ever Champions League qualifying campaign. Having previously fallen short in their attempts to reach Europe's second and third competitions over the last 6 seasons. Their latest bid for a Europa Conference League group stage place began in the second round last year. But the White Blacks were dumped out by Maccabi Tel Aviv in a 5-0 aggregate defeat. It would be a triumphant season for Andre Martin's side nonetheless, as they went on to win their first Moldovan top-flight title. Having amassed 52 points from their 24 outings across 2 phases, before prevailing in the Moldovan Cup by beating Zimbru 3-1 in the final in May thanks to second-half goals from Teodor Lungu, Ion Jardin and Mihai Lupan. On the back of that memorable campaign, the Hincesti outfit returned to action for the first time in last week's first leg, their first Champions League outing. And they stood strong to see out a goalless stalemate on their travels in Kazakhstan. Now heading into a meeting on level terms, Petrocub will be keen to make home advantage count on Wednesday and prevail to book their spot in the second round. In their way stand a visiting Ordabasy team who are also in their maiden Champions League qualifying bid after winning a first-ever domestic top-flight title of their own last term. After falling just short in the second round of Europa Conference League qualifying on their return to continental competition last season, suffering a 5-4 aggregate defeat to Legia Warsaw. The Blue and Whites went on to prevail in the Kazakhstan Premier League, finishing 5 points clear of second-placed Astana on 58 points from their 26 outings. Alexander Sednyov's side headed into last week's first leg on the back of a strong start to their league title defense this year too. Heading into the mid-season break in late June on the back of 4 straight victories to move 3 points clear at the summit of the top flight, most recently beating Kaysar 2-1 at home thanks to goals from Jazarbek Yakshibov and Dembo Darbo. While they did fail to make the most of home advantage and gain an edge in their first-round tie last week, Ordabasy do now head into Wednesday's trip to Moldova knowing a victory on the night would see them progress to the second round later this month. Team news. Petrocub should field a similar starting 11 on Wednesday to the one that was deployed in the away leg last week, with Ion Bors, Victor Mudrak and Sergiu Platica bound to continue in the middle of the defense after seeing out a clean sheet in Kazakhstan. Mikhail Platica will bid to come back in from the start in an advanced midfield role, having settled for a substitute appearance last time out after netting a team-high tally of 15 goals in 26 games last season. Vladimir Ambros, who netted 12 of his own last time around, should continue to lead the line alongside Mihai Lupan, while Teodor Lungu and Donelio Malacio Duanla will both fight to keep their places in front of the defense. Ordabasy should also avoid making many alterations from last week's goalless stalemate in their 3-4-3 shape, with Iyer Plastin, Serhii Melyi and Tamerlan Erlinov forming their back 3. Dembo Darbo will hope to come into their attack from the outset, having moved on to 3 goals in 7 league appearances this term following a loan switch from Al Nassr with goals in back-to-back outings before the first leg. It is Jaser Yakshibov who leads their scoring charts with 5 goals so far this term, and he will continue on the right wing while Yevgen Makarenko and Askat Tajibergen remain key men in the midfield. Petrocub Hincesti possible starting lineup. Smolinia, Jardin, Bors, Mudrak, S. Platica, Damian, Duanla, Lungu, M. Platica, Ambros, Lupan. Ordabasy possible starting lineup. Ignatovic, Plastin, Melyi, Erlinov, Astanov, Makarenko, Tejibergen, Suyembaev, Yakshibov, Darbo, Islamkhan. We say, Petrocub Hincesti 1-0 Ordabasy Petrocub Hincesti win 1-0 on aggregate. After last week's KG first leg, we anticipate another tight contest on Wednesday, which could be decided by a single goal. with confidence after holding their opponents away from home. Petrocub Hincesti may come in with a slight edge, and we back them to make home advantage count and progress to the second round. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.